early evening at the latest. So, but no, so like, what kind of apps and stuff do you like to use to like help make Twitter easier for you? Because a lot of people, we have Twitter, but there's so many other different apps that you can use to help assist your Twitter experience, especially when you get into like more heavy use of Twitter.
Yeah, well, on my phone, I only use my phone for my personal account, and I only have just the vanilla Twitter app, which I know a lot of people don't like, but I've never had a problem with it.
Okay.
For the 2 journal accounts, I do use TweetDeck, and it also makes it easier, since I don't have my personal account linked to that TweetDeck, it makes it easier to avoid accidentally posting to the wrong account. But yeah, I like using TweetDeck for that because it does let me manage accounts for both of the different ornithology journals from one login. It lets me pre-schedule tweets so that I can, check in once in the morning and schedule stuff for the day rather than having to babysit it constantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, how much time, like, do you find that you spend a day on Twitter? I mean, I know it's going to be variable depending on what's coming out, but, like, what's, like, your usual, like, Twitter schedule through the day?
For the 2 journals, the accounts that I manage professionally, probably not more than half an hour, honestly. Like, I'll log in the morning and check any, like, mentions and notifications and, like, find some stuff to tweet that day. For my personal one, it really varies. If I've got a lot of work that I'm doing for articles that I'm working on, then I'm not on Twitter as much. So there's almost an inverse relationship between how busy I am with actual work and how much I'm tweeting. Sometimes I'll keep it open in a tab while I'm on my computer and I'm working on stuff.
Okay.
Sometimes not. And whenever I have an article come out that I've worked on, I will like tweet the link to that incessantly for several days to try and get people to read it.
Do you find that like you try to like tweet those same articles like throughout days, or like like you said, like multiple days to try to like hit different people at different times?
Yeah, I mean Twitter, like I said, it's like a fire hose of information, especially if you follow a lot of people. So if you post the same thing, at different times of day over the course of a couple days, you're probably going to hit a different segment of your audience each time. Yeah, so I will definitely post the same information repeatedly.
Yeah, like so. Do you guys find like most of your information, like is it mostly just North America folks that are in it, or are you guys worldwide with everything, and do you try to like encapsulate more of like that worldwide audience when you're like promoting the different
Yeah, well unfortunately I'm an English only speaker. I wish I spoke Spanish, but I don't. But we do have a lot of followers who are international on the Twitter accounts for journals, and we publish papers from all over the world. We actually publish quite a few like Latin American and European and a few Australian papers. So Asian. So we have stuff coming in from all over the place. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know that's one reason why I took French in high school, and I'm trying to like get back into it and like become more. Okay, I would should say not more fluent, but actually become fluent. Oh yes, thank you very much. Yeah.
I speak a little German. What I wish I spoke is Spanish.
Yeah.
So that's what would actually be useful. I've picked up a small smattering of Spanish, but not enough to actually like write a tweet in Spanish without needing to consult a dictionary first. So
yeah, I feel more comfortable. We got a quick question here. Appreciate articles, save a lot of them after reading. Very useful.
I'm so glad. Yay!
But yeah, no, I think it helps. Someone's asking if I speak French, and not enough to want to go live on camera with it. I can read it a lot better than I can speak it, and I'm hoping within like the next year to be able to get to the point where I feel comfortable enough speaking with. But one of the reasons why I wanted to do that is I went to a conference a couple of years ago, International Association of Basic Researchers, and a couple of researchers behind me, like I could hear them ask, like, oh, you speak French, and like then they just had this whole conversation in French, and it just made me think, okay, here are my colleagues across the border that we work with in the Great Lakes area, and why wouldn't I want to like speak their native language? Because there's going to be times where I'm going to have to go up there, and it just, one, it makes them more comfortable if they can speak their language, and if I can get to the point where I'm comfortable and I'm speaking it, it's better communication. To be able to speak to people where they're most comfortable, and if I can help facilitate that, why not?
Yeah.
So, and like you said, like dealing with international folks and stuff too, it just opens up, I think, a whole new world if you can at least have that second language.
Maybe at least when we have papers from Latin American, from Latin America and Spanish-speaking authors, I could. If I sat there for a few minutes with a, grammar reference and everything, I could write, I couldn't converse in Spanish, but I could write a tweet in Spanish. So maybe I ought to, at least when we have paper there in Spanish, at least as a gesture.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
I remember the first time I tweeted in French, and it was just like I was so nerve-wracked. I'm like, please.
Did you get
like,
a million
I'm
French replies that you couldn't really understand?
No, like I never got a reply at all, but at least like I felt good, like because the person had tweeted in French, and so like I was replying back because I had asked a question, and so I was just replying back, and it was just like, I hope I have this right because I don't want to be offensive, but I also want to like meet them at their level too. And I think that's the biggest thing with SciComm is you're trying to meet so many different people at their level, and if you can help facilitate that in any way. Yeah. So we got a few more minutes here with Rebecca before we're gonna have to sign off and go run to our next Periscope.
Right now.
Well, the thing is, sometimes you never know with those things.
Oh, really?
Like, sometimes there's still people there.
It says there's no one watching right now.
I've found that it's, quite variable. And the other thing, too, is you have all these people afterwards who are
I know,
people
are going to see it on,
Yeah, so that's really,
probably.
like, you should see, like, one of the things I'm going to do at the end of the conference is actually, so you're getting likes. So someone is watching. Yeah. So, the thing is with, Periscope, and then by posting them up, you're gonna have all these people be able to rewatch it later.
Yeah.
So even if like you don't have like a giant audience, it's no big deal. Even if like some people are off for a second because they're having to run back and forth, so everyone's always gonna be able to watch this later.
I've never done this before, so it's fun.
Yeah.
TweetDeck. So tweet TWEET and then deck like the deck of a ship. Mm-hmm. It's actually owned by Twitter, but it's a service where you can manage multiple Twitter accounts from one login, and you can customize columns to follow different hashtags and stuff, and you can pre-schedule things, and it makes your life, there's someone else is answering, TweetDeck, yes. So, same person. So it makes your life a lot easier if you have multiple Twitter accounts that you want to manage. Mm-hmm. And for people in academia, maybe you want to have an account for yourself, and then you want to have one for your lab, or for a class that you're teaching, or a citizen science project that you're running, or things like that. So
because like Ariel has Rails for like her particular project, and it's a great way for her and other people just to like follow that one particular hashtag. But it might be where you want to take it that next step and actually have an account for
to help promote your research. That's like promote a specific research project that's separate from your like main account. Yeah, exactly. I've been able to do that.
Yeah. So any more questions out there? We'll give you guys a couple last minutes here to formulate some like really amazing questions. If not, definitely hit us up on Twitter. I'll flash this up before we run out of time. So here are our Twitter handles if anybody wants them. It's wildlifebiologal.com or our Heisman. Question here. I have two projects can separate from.
You can create you might want to have more than one Twitter account, and if you have TweetDeck, then you can have more than one account, but manage them all without having to log in and log out to switch between them. So it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, because many of us here that do SciComm don't just do SciComm for our personal selves. We also help run different accounts for either different organizations or a different project of things, and so that way, like, it really helps us to maintain our lives, and so that way we don't accidentally tweet something on another account, because that would be just absolutely disastrous if I was tweeting something of me for like my personal account on one of those professional accounts. It would just be like,
I have my account that I promote like my freelance writing through, and then I also manage the Occ Journal account and the Condor Journal account, so I actually have 3 different accounts that I'm checking in on any given day.
So if you didn't get to catch the whole broadcast and you want to be able to watch it again, or be able to see all the other broadcasts that we've been doing from NAOC this week, go to wildlifebiologal.com. There'll be all the links for the periscopes, and then once I'll get them loaded up, it'll be on YouTube and SoundCloud, and there's other links there for the other social media. So with that, I think we'll sign out if there aren't any more last half-second questions, and we'll definitely thank Rebecca for sitting down with us for a little bit. And
I'm awake, I swear.
Yeah. Go get some coffee and caffeine, and maybe some food after this. So, but check back in 15 minutes, and we'll be broadcasting Liz's talk, and then thank you for doing Periscope. For those of us who can't be there, you're very welcome.
Yes, this has been enjoying it.
Yeah, this has been a good format to be able to help people stay connected with the research here. So the next one's at 10:45, so in 15 minutes, and then after that it's going to be 11:45 with Angeline's research, and then 1:30 for Andrew's, and then at some point in time we will figure out when we're going to be sitting down with Jordan and all of her work with the social media here at NAOC. So until then, you guys have a great rest of your morning. Go get some caffeine so you can sit through all these periscopes. And the thing is, I'll leave you guys with a question. So how is it that you guys use Twitter and social media? So let us know, like, tweet us out on our accounts and let us know how it is that you guys use Twitter for science communication. So have a great one.